Hey guys, Marcel here with another interview, and we're talking to Wunder. You guys are on a pretty good hot streak right now, right? Can you tell us a bit more about why you guys are suddenly just winning all games almost?
Yeah, I can. I think we are improving like really much right now. I think compared to other teams that seem to be kind of stuck, we have been ever since the Unicorns of Love game where we tied against them. We've been winning almost every game, or only like lost once to G2. So I think while other teams are kind of stuck, we are improving and we are already always looking to things that in scrims happens that goes wrong that we can easily fix, and then we just look ahead. So I think compared to a lot of other teams, we are doing pretty well right now.
Do you feel that eventually you guys will reach your skill ceiling, or like what's your point on when there's a point where you can't really improve anymore? Like, do you feel that you guys are gonna hit that very soon, or how do you feel about even maybe like preparing for Worlds slowly? Because right now, as it looks like, you guys are probably gonna finish top 2 if you win the next games, right?
Yeah, I think of course when you become a top team, it's like a lot harder to improve than if you are a bottom team. So like we still have a lot to work on. So we can improve, but we probably can't improve as much as like a team as Rocket or Origin can at the moment. But we are looking to improve, and there's in Europe there's a lot of teams that has like one big flaw, and I think we don't really have a big flaw, but we have some small ones that we can fix. And looking to Worlds, I think if like we are all really hungry and motivated players, we have never been to an international event before. So I think if we get to scrim international teams, we will be really hungry and we will look to learn a lot.
So you're talking about flaws. I think it's really probably pretty interesting for me to know from a player's perspective. What's like the biggest flaws of like playoff teams right now? Like for example, let's take Fnatic, right? Fnatic has been not been doing so well. What's their biggest flaw, for example?
I think for Fnatic, it's a bit their laning phase is a bit of a flaw right now. I think they lack a lane to really play around. I think their drafting is kind of a big flaw as well, because they usually draft like we usually only scrim T2 almost, and they draft a lot different. So sometimes we're sitting there, okay, we predict them to pick certain champions, but they pick like the complete opposite, and we're like, okay, they actually just counted themselves. So I think their draft is a pretty big flaw at the moment, or maybe it's like the players who read the meta wrong. I don't know, and I think they lack a lane where they can like convincingly play around right now.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, talking about last week, of course, you guys still have 4 games to play, but talk to me about playoffs preparation. Like, how do you guys get mentally prepared to be in that best of 5 scenario? Like, is there anything special around maybe what Yamato does or how he approaches like at the end of the season? Because I know that, for example, Daylor, he really likes to talk about peaking. Like, peaking is like the one thing where you get the most out of the performance, like play a lot, sit down, and like iron out all flaws, right? Are you guys in a similar state right now where you're trying to peak?
The thing is, I think we have always had where scrims we have to be as much as on stage as possible. Like, so it has to be really similar. So in the way that we don't open social media during scrims, we don't like take big breaks, we drink water, we don't really have anything on the table or anything like in LCS. So I don't think there will be a huge jump from in the start of the split to now, because in the start of the split we weren't really considered a top team either. So we had to peak there as well. Like, if you can say it like that, we had to peak because we had to prove that we were actually good. So we have been intensively practicing for the entire split now, and it will probably be a bit better now since it's close to playoffs, but it will not be like any huge change.
Yeah, the analyst desk mentioned that you guys, no one could really point out why you guys are so good, but it just, you guys gel together, right? Like, you guys are all on the same page and almost like telepathic in the head. Like, you don't have to talk much, but when someone goes in, the rest follows, right? Do you think that's what you achieve through like hard practice, or do you think that you guys as a players, like with the roster change, just got along and everyone kind of is on the same page right now? Like, what do you make of that?
I think in the first split we were really like, when we were behind or just something went wrong, we were really hesitant to like come back by making some play or like doing anything proactive. And I think that has really haunted us, and we have kind of like strived to move away from that aspect. So even though we are behind, I think that's why we win like so many games even from behind. Like, we look for this opening and we commit fully into it, because we know if we don't commit on the openings teams gives us, we will most likely just lose the game slowly. So that's what we want to avoid.
So yeah, talking about moving, like playing together and everything. I think I asked your teammate yesterday about what he thinks about like international power rankings. If it's like a meme in your house, maybe you guys, can you talk to me about like the international level right now? Do you think Europe as a region right now is really, I wouldn't say trash, but it's like weaker than before? Like, what's your take on like power rankings? Because Cenk was like, he told me you guys are like joking around a lot, right?
Like I must admit, I laugh a bit when Reddit writes when we get like ranked as like, for example, 12 or something in the world, and Reddit is like, I can name 5 NA teams that will beat this team convincingly, like Team Liquid, Cloud9, every team will beat them. I laugh a bit, I must admit, but I think you can't really. I can see certain flaws in like almost every team at the moment, outside of maybe top 3 Korea. Like it depends kind of on what matchup we have like as a team, because I think European teams besides me like Splyce and G2 at the moment have like exposable flaws, but I can say the same for NA teams. Like the only team I would rate probably the best in the West is TSM right now, and then slowly after, like I would say G2, and then it's kind of up in the air. But I don't think we are behind like everyone says. I don't think we will go out of groups, all 3 teams like NA did last year. So, I mean, I don't know. It could happen, but I must admit that it's kind of a big meme right now. It's like we need more international tournaments to really prove if that's true. I think MSI was kind of a fluke, and I don't think we take a lot from that. So,
we need more international tournaments, right? Did you hear that? Yeah? Okay, cool. Thank you so much for this interview. Always a pleasure. And if you guys want to check out more stuff, theScore eSports has you covered. We even did like a teammate test with all these kids here. So if you want to check that out, it was really funny. Make sure to watch it. And yeah, see you guys next time.